Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. In this video, we are going to discuss measures of variation or dispersion. If a value in a data set it varies from its mean, or if it differs from its mean, then this is the variation or dispersion, and it includes range, variance, and standard deviation. In this video, we will discuss about the sample variance. For sample variance, the definition is this: that average of the squared differences from the mean, or average of the square of the distances from the mean. The definition will be more clear when we will see the formula. Okay, so here's a point that if values are near the mean, like when we solve the question and the values we get of the variance, if it is near the mean, then the variance is small, and if the values are far from the mean, the variance is large. Okay, so variance is denoted by S square. First of all, we are going to see the formulas for the ungrouped data. So there are two formulas, and the question can be solved by both of them. Okay, but the formula, the process of this formula, it's a long one, and this is a shortcut to solve the questions. So what is the formula? It's n into summation x square minus summation x whole square divided by n into n minus 1. We will be given x in the question, and we have to square that values of the x, and then we have to add them. Okay, and in this part we have to add the values of x first, and then we have to square them. And for n, the ungrouped data is the total number of the values given. So this was for this formula, and we will discuss the formula later. So let's give this formula number. Okay, this one is A and this one is B. Here's a statement given. Here are some number of prisoners given, and it is the column of x. So now we are going to solve the question by this formula. So what we have to do, we have to check n is 10. We have counted it. Okay, so n is equal to 10. We have to square the x. Okay, so I have written the column of x square and have squared the values. Like I have squared the value of 355 and 94 and 34, and I have written all of them here. And after writing all the values, okay, I have taken sum of them. Okay, so the summation of x square is this. And the next part is we have to add the values of x. So these are the values of x. These are total 10 values, and when we add this, we get 782. N into n minus 1, we get 90. Okay, like n was 10, 10 minus 1 is 9, and 9 into 10 is 90. Now I'm going to write the values in the formula. So it is n was 10, and summation x square, it was 151,598. 151,598, and minus x square, sigma x square, it is 611,524 divided by 90. We will first multiply this term by 10 and then subtract the answer from this one and then divide it with 9. Okay, I have solved this, and the answer is 10049.5. It is the variance for ungrouped data. Okay, and now we are going to solve the same question with the same values through the formula number B, this one. X is the individual value, means this is a single value, this is the x. Okay, keep in mind that this formula B, it is the lengthy one. Okay, I prefer to solve the question with this one. Okay, it is more easy and there are less chances of mistakes. And x bar, we have already discussed it in the first video of this channel, but what is x bar? It is the sample mean. What we have to do, we have to take the mean of the x column. N is the sample size. Now keep in mind that for ungrouped data, n is the total number of the values which are given. We have to find the this one, the sample mean. So how to find the sample mean? It is simply summation of the column of the x, like this is the x column. We add all of these values and divide them by the total number of the values, which is the n. So when we add all of these values, we get 782. It is divided by total number of values, which was 10. Sample mean is 78.2. Now what we have to do, we have to check our formula. It is x minus x bar. Okay, so we have to make a column of x minus x bar. What we have to do, we have to subtract the value of x from this x bar, which is 78.2. Okay, so what I have done is 355 minus 78.2, and we get the value of x minus x bar. Similarly, 94 minus 78.2, we get this, and 34 minus 78.2, and so on. Then we have written this column. Okay, now look at the formula. What we have to do is we have to square this value. We have this term x minus x bar, so we have to make a column of x minus x bar whole square, and the values which we have obtained here, we have squared these values. Okay, so we have written all these values here, and now we have to sum all these values. So when we sum up all of them, we get this number. Now we have to solve n minus 1. N was 10, and we get 9. So when we solve this, we get the same answer we got from the previous formula. Okay, 10049.5, and we get the answer 10049.5. But this was more easy when we solved it from the formula number A, and this one was a lengthy process. Okay, so it was all for the ungrouped data. Now we will discuss the group data. So for the group data, the formula is this: n into summation fx square minus sigma or summation fx whole square divided by n into n minus 1. Here is this data. You will be given only the class limits and frequency in group data. The x for the group data, it is different from x of the ungrouped data. In ungrouped data, x was the values we had. Okay, but x in the group data, it means we have to make another column to find x. It is the midpoint. Okay, and how we have to find this midpoint is we simply add the class limits, like we will add 34 plus 96 and we will divide it by 2. So we will get the midpoint. We have added 97 plus 159 and divided by 2 to get the midpoint, that is 128. Okay, after we have prepared the column of x, we have to square the column of x. Okay, because it is fx square, we have to first square the x and then multiply it with f. I have now squared the values of x, like I have squared the value of 65, 128 and 191, and I have written all of them here. Now what we have to do is we have to multiply x square with that of f, which is the frequency. Okay, so this was the x square and I multiplied it with the frequency, which is f, and got my answers fx. So simply I have multiplied the values of frequency with that of midpoint in another column, which is fx. Okay, and like it was 13 into 65, 845, 2 into 128, 256. Now if we discuss about n for group data, it is again different from the group data, ungrouped data. In ungrouped data, n was simply the total number of the values given, like it was 10 here. But for the group data, n is the summation of f, like the frequency column we have, we simply add it up and we get the value of n. So in this case it is 21. And we have the summation of fx square, so this was the fx square, and we have added them up, so this is the answer. And we have the summation of fx, so we sum up these values. This is the answer, 2688, and now we have to square the whole values. So I have squared it here, like I have squared of 2688, it is this. Okay, and n into n minus 1, it is 420. N was 21, 21 minus 1, this is 1. 21 minus 1, so we get 420, and then we have simply put all of our values into the formula and we get the answer, which is 8334.8. so it is the variance for group data. So this is all. If you have any question, then feel free to ask in the comment box, and till then, Allah Hafiz.